Welcome, and thank you for joining me for my weekly message covering values that turn ordinary people into extraordinary leaders. This week's message is Make Plans to Succeed. Three friends were stranded on a desert island. After several weeks with no food and no drinking water, they were beginning to lose heart. Suddenly, a bottle floated into the shore and a beautiful genie popped out. She said, I have 3 wishes to grant. Each one of you gentlemen get 1 wish a person. Friend number 1 got really excited. He said, I wish I was in Las Vegas with a dice in one hand and a drink in the other, surrounded by music, food, and beautiful women. Friend number 2 smiled and said, I wish I was back home right now with my beautiful wife and my 2 adorable little children at our log cabin in the woods, sitting in front of a fire and singing Christmas carols. Just like that, he disappeared. The genie asked the remaining man, and what do you wish for? He answered, gee, I wish I had my buddies back to help me decide. Does it seem like everyone in your office is sabotaging your wish, your dreams? Does it seem like every time you take 2 steps forward, there's someone in your office that seems to put you right back at where you started? Is it possible that they don't know where you are headed, so they're going in an opposite direction? Or is it possible that you're not sure yourself where you're headed? So sometimes as a leader, you make some confusing turns that are difficult for your employees to actually follow. If you want to be successful, you need to know where you're going to go, and you need to know how you're going to get there. Because you know what? Success is not accidental. It's just fun. It's no mystery that only 2% of Americans actually write down their goals. And coincidentally, 1.5% of Americans make more than $250,000 take-home pay per year. That's gross net before taxes. Very similar numbers. As Zig Ziglar always said, goals are dreams we convert to plans and then take action to fulfill. You know, you need goals in every area of your life. If you're going to be a person of excellence, which we talk about as owners being people of excellence, then you not only have to have business goals, but you also need to have personal goals. So every year you are improving your core values, things like your integrity and your respect, your passion, your leadership, your accountability. There's actually 12 core values. You need to be working on each one of those through plans and action item lists. If you don't have a goal, then how are you going to measure your success? And perhaps as a person of influence, which is what the core values give you, you're going backwards rather than forwards because you don't have any goals in these areas and you're just pacing, if not going backwards. Business goals you need, obviously, so that you can measure your success in your business, not on an annual basis, but on a weekly basis when you can still do something about it. They keep you focused. One of my clients from the Elmhurst seminar said the most valuable thing she's learned in all 3 seminars was having a wallboard because it keeps her focused. She realizes how she's doing as a business. It also tells her when she has to do flyers, which she's not wild about, but she knows they work. Keeps her doing them rather than getting to the end of the year and going, wow, we had a bad year. She knows when she's having a bad week because she's focused on her goals. There are 3 elements that you need to attain a goal. One is you need to be open to change, and that's very difficult. But you're probably going to have to add some things and change some things if your company is going to get to a new level. Without change, you can't get there. You need a plan. You need to know where you want to go. And then you need to develop an action item list to support that plan with due dates that you absolutely make. You cannot get to the end of the year and say, well, I didn't do any of these, we didn't make plans, it isn't going to work. It isn't going to work if you don't do it. So you might need an accountable person, which is another fun thing to do. Try and get to somebody who has some wisdom that might be able to give you some advice, a little more wisdom than you have. You might want to pick somebody in the industry that you network with, or a friend that has their own business and you want to compare goals in each business. It doesn't have to be the same business. It should be somebody who's very positive and upbeat, because there might be times when they're going to have to carry you along. They might need to be strong when you're weak. Somebody who will keep you going. You do not want someone who makes you feel good and feel okay about not doing what you were supposed to do that week. If you didn't make your goal, you need a person who is going to say to you, so Sharon, did you get all the flyers out that you'd wanted to get out? And if I say no, you need a person who says, well, what kept you from doing that, and can you get it done? Can you double up on flyers this week? You don't want anybody who goes, oh, that's okay, Sharon, everybody has a bad week. That's not a person who cares about you being the very best you can be, and you want your accountable person to want you to be the very best you can be. They want the best for you in your life. So you can't just have a dream. It's not enough. You need to write this dream down if you're going to be one of the 2% that achieves it. You want to make it very specific, things like, I want to make 1 net repeat sale a week. Easy, fun. Put it on the wall, and you'll feel successful every single week instead of just at the end of the year. When things are going bad, you can look on that wall and go, you know what? I am a success despite all the little fires I'm putting out. If you want to improve your internal, external turnover rate, figure out what it is now and decide what you want to reduce it by and how you can get there. If you want to have some money in the bank by the end of the year, and you should all have at least 3 months of payroll in the bank, make a goal. Then you need to analyze each one of your goals. How many flyers will it take or phone calls will it make to sell 1 client a week? If it's 1,000, then all you have to do is get the flyers out. Easy number to wrap your hands around. If you want to reduce your current turnover rate, you need to know what it is and then decide by how much and start doing one-on-ones and finding out from your people while they're leaving. How many clients, if you want to save dollars, you need to figure out how many clients it's going to take to make X amount of money and how much money is X amount that you need in order to save some money. You need to have a budget and you need to know what your average client makes. It's fun things to do. These are the things that owners love to do. You've got these dreams on the inside of you. You know what you want to do. You know, you're thinking about it all the time. When you're shaking rags, when you're running the vacuum cleaner to somebody, you're thinking about visualizing where you want to be. Take those dreams from the inside, bring them to the outside by writing them down. That will truly make all the difference in the world. It's a very easy step. You're getting to that goal. It won't be perfect. You're going to do some things wrong. You're not going to make your goals every week. But you know what? You're going to have a plan, and you're going to do what it takes because you're going to look at that board every week, and you're going to figure out a way to make it happen. And when you have a plan, suddenly the right people just fall into your life. The right opportunities fall into your life. I have a client who came to the Elmhurst seminar who decided that he needed to have his business grow. He's had 10 clients in a year. So he heard about the ideas I had for cleaning for a reason, and he decided to make it work, and he had a client who was a nurse. He asked that client if it was possible for him to talk to anybody about cleaning for a reason. She, of course, had never heard of it. Last week, he ends up in a meeting between the operations officer, the human resource officer, and one other person, and he is going to speak in front of 200 nurses about cleaning for a reason and his company, and he's going to start giving the employee of the month a free cleaning. He had an idea. He had a plan. The right people were there. He touched bases with them, which brought him the right opportunities. You might not have those people there now, but plans will bring you a new season if you're open to new people. You might need to open your circle of influence. You might need to bring more people into it, which means some people might need to leave it because you don't have room for a ton of people in your circle of influence. But don't be afraid to stretch to the next level. You had a wonderful season, but now it's the dawn of a new season. You're going to stretch to a new level because you're going to have plans and you're going to write them down and stay focused. So enjoy this week. Have fun making plans. It's such a visionary, fun, dreamy thing to do. Turn those dreams into realities by writing it down on a piece of paper, and I will see you next week as we discuss another value that turns ordinary people into extraordinary leaders.